Hi guys, how is going? And welcome back to a new crash course. In this HTML crash course, you will learn various topics. But before getting into that, now let's try to understand what is HTML. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's not programming language at all, unlike JavaScript. And we have front end, we have back end, also we have the full stack. So for front end, we have things like HTML, we have CSS, we have JavaScript, and the back end we have the Node.js and more. Also for the full stack, it's just the combination of the two, both front end and the back end. So for HTML, it's the standard markup language to create web pages, and it describes the structure of the web page. So let's say we have the header, we have the footer, we have the sidebar, and also the content of the web page, and it consists of different elements, and HTML elements are the building block of the website, right? And it just tells the browser how to display the content. So the topic that we'll be looking at today we learn how to use the DevTools. We look at the heading, body, entities, hyperlink. We learn how to display image as well. And not only that, we look at the list, table, form. We learn how to format the code automatically. And there's a lot of more topic to learn in this crash course. And now let's get started.
Alright, so now you can try to download the VS Code or Visual Studio Code from this website right here. So this is the code editor where you can just write your HTML code. So to download this, you will just need to click on this button right here. So once this is downloaded, you can just install it. Okay, so now once you have this installed, right here you can see that this is the Visual Studio Code. So what I did right here, I basically create an empty folder called HTML crash course. You can put it in any folder of your computer. And next, what you want to do is to basically try to create a new file. So right here, I can just call it as index.html. So this is the HTML file. So before getting into writing the code, click on this icon right here. So this is the extensions. We will need to install two. So first one here is the live server. You can just search for live server, then there will be a button to install down here. And next one here, this is the Prettiers. This is the code formatter. You can again click on the install button. So once you have these two installed, next just click on the file, go to preferences, select the settings, and here you will need to search the on save. Okay, so once you search this text, and here you can see that it's a format on save, and you will need to click or tick on this option right here. So what this one does, basically when you try to write some code, then it will automatically format the code for you. So that's the first one. And next one right here, let me just try to close this. Okay, so next here is you click on this view command palette right here. You will need to search for open settings, right? So this is the first one. Click on that. And here you need to add this code right here. So this will detect the HTML code, and it will try to format based on the extension that we just installed, which is the Prettier. Okay, so imagine that right here, this is you don't have this one right here. You will need to add a comma right after the code. Yours might be a little bit different from here, so you just need to add that comma, and then you paste the code down here and press on Ctrl S to save this file. Then it's good to go. Okay. Alright, so now come to the coding part. Okay, so now let's just write some HTML code. So first off, you can just type the less than sign and press on the tab key on your keyboard. So this will try to generate this code for us, the doc type HTML. So back then, if you were using HTML4 or HTML3, there's a lot of code, but this is the HTML file. This is what you just need to import on top of the HTML file. Okay, so I'll just down here, I'll just type HTML. So this is the HTML tag. So inside the HTML tag, I will need to specify the header tag, right? So this is the head, and we also have the body, and press on the tab key. And inside the head here, we can just use the title as well to give the site a title. And inside the body, we can just use the p tag or paragraph tag, right? So I would just say hi there, or it can be anything that you want. Let's just say like, hello, my name is something. So now I will just keep it as hi there. And the title, I want to say HTML Crash Course 2021. Okay, so now let's just save it, Control S. And here you can see it automatically format for me because I have that option checked, which is format on save using the previous. Okay, so here you can see that next I want to run this file to see the result inside my browser. So how do I do it? Well, you can just right click here, and there will be an option saying open with live server. So this is the extension that we just installed. Okay, so click on that. Okay, so here you can see that this is the result that we have with the title of HTML Crash Course 2021. And what you can see right here, so this is running locally, running on this IP address. And for this one right here, you can see this is the port number, and this is the actual file itself, which is index.html. Okay, so now let's just come back here. I want to update this text real quick. So I would just say this one, I love HTML. And what I want to do, I want to also try to quickly import an image. So you don't need to worry too much about what I'm doing. I just want to give you an overview of the HTML, and I will deep dive after this one right here. Okay, so here, let's just say I want to have the image. I can just use the img and press on the tab key. And here you can just specify like the location of the image. And this is the alt. You can basically give like the title and name. So now let me just quickly import an image here. First, I want to create a new folder. You can just click on this icon right here. I will just give this folder a name. img stand for image. So inside this folder, I want to import an image. Okay, so inside this image folder, I just import this image right here. Okay, so to display this on the website, so what I want to do, I will just navigate to that folder. It will be img slash right here. This is the image, which is dog.jpg. And the alt right here, I just want to give this a quick name. I want to say a dog image like that, and I save it. Go back to the website, and here you guys can see we have the image shown on the website. Okay, and the text saying here as well, I love HTML. So this is a very quick one. I want to also resize this screen. I just want to put this website or the browser on the right hand side, and also the code on the left hand side, so that you can easily see what I'm doing. Okay, so here we can just change this text right on the fly, and we can see the result. So when I save it, and here you can see this is the change that we can see. Okay, so we look into the basic of HTML tag. We have the doc type, which is required, and the HTML, which is wrapped around the head and also the body as well. So inside the head, we have this title tag, where we can just change this tag, and we can see it's on here. And the body, we can have the p tag, we have the image, and there's more tag that I will show you in a minute. But for now, this is just the basic of HTML. and I want to style this right here. We can see the image is too large, so to style this I can just come here. Let me just quickly close this, and underneath the title I can just specify the style. Okay, so the style here, then I just want to change the image, so referring to this tag right here. So this will be the image, and I want to set the width. Okay, let's just say 200 pixels when I save it. And here you can see the image now changed to just 200 for the width. Okay, so the width, and this is the height. And next thing, I want to also change the border radius. So this is come to the CSS part, but this is not about CSS cross course, right? So I just want to show you that inside this HTML we can just add the CSS right here as well, and we want to update this, otherwise it's showing too large. And also I want to, let's just save first. Okay, and here we can see that it now changed to the round image. And I want to also float, let's just say I want to add move the tag here and stay it right here, so will be the float. I want to float left, save it, and here the image float on the left and the text is on the right. Margin right, I would say 15 pixels, save it, and we have a little bit of space right here. And then down here I want to also add another p tag, the paragraph tag. That underneath here I can just say add dog is amazing. Imagine that this is like the username, right? So here save that, and we get the text here. What about if I want to have this text right here to become bold? Then what I can do, I can just add like a class, right? So it will be class, this class called pet. And now when I save it, it does actually nothing. So I will also need to come to this style and add the dot pet. So this will be connecting with this class right here. And I can just use like font width. This will be the bold. Save it. And here you can see now we change the text from the normal one to the bold. Okay, so this is just a quick CSS that we can implement inside this HTML. Now we look into the basic of CSS as well. Alright, so next I want to show you is a website where you can validate whether your code is written properly. So right now we are using the HTML. There won't be showing like say an issue or an error on the browser, right? Just to let us know that this is an issue that we need to fix, unlike JavaScript language or other programming languages. So for this we can just try to copy everything and come to this website right here. Okay, validator.w3.org, and here we can just either put like an URL of the website, but the thing is that right now we are running on the local machine, so this won't work for us in this case. And there's another option which is the file upload. We can also choose the file which is the HTML index.html. Then we can just click on the check, or we can also use the third option which is validate by direct input. Okay, so once you copy everything from this index.html, then you can just paste it here, and we quickly click on the check button right here. Okay, just to validate whether it is working as expected. And here we can see we have one warning. It says that consider adding the length attribute to the HTML, and right here we haven't really add the attribute as specified or as indicate here. Okay, so that's we will also look into as well, but for now let's just quickly go to another website and try to show you. So right here this is the CSS validator, and you can just go to Google and quickly search for CSS validator and press on the enter key. You will see this website which is on the top of the result, And next, what you want to do is to click on this again, direct input. I want to validate my CSS code whether it is correct or working as expected or not. Copy and paste it here. Click on the check button, and you can see that there's no error found at all. So these two websites, they are quite useful. Let me just try to remove this one right here, right? Just want to remove that and copy. See, I try to check this one real quick. And in this case, you can see that we have the error message because the image, it must have this alt attribute, as this is the for the certain conditions, and there's reasons that we want to do that. Okay, so now let me just put this back real quick, and let now try to close this one real quick. Next, I want to show you is the DevTool on the browser, right? So how do we use the DevTool? Well, you can just right click and inspect right here. Okay, so once you have that inspect, let me just put this browser in full screen, and right here you can click on this icon, and now we can hover on it and see we have the image with the alt, and we can also come down here with the style. We have the image, we have the width, okay, the radius. We can just try to, let's say I don't want the width to show or to apply to it. I can just deselect this, and here this is what we can see without actually trying to change the code. But remember that this is only temporary, just to see whether what this option is disable. Then what we can see, this is the result, but it doesn't really apply to the file right here. Okay, or you can also try to change. Okay, so it also for this one real quick, you can see that we have also the class here. We can just deselect this to see the effects on that. And now we also look into the DevTool right here. Okay, and you can also see the script here. This is not really related to the HTML code that we wrote. It's just the code that is used by the extension, which is the live server that we have already installed and used. Okay, alright, so now let me just try to remove all of this. And a moment ago I showed you how to basically writing the using the less than code and the tab key, right, to generate the doc type as seen here. But now I want to show you another trick, which is using the exclamation mark and press on the tab key on your keyboard. And here this will just try to create an HTML boilerplate, which include the same thing. We have the doc type HTML, we have the head, meta, and the title, and inside here we also have the body as well. Okay, so this just try to create everything for us using this. It's just like a template, if you can think of it like that. And here we have the HTML that include the length, which is EN, stand for the language English. Okay, that I also show you how to use the validator that we didn't really put it here, but when I try to use the boilerplate here, it automatically include this for me. And now let's just take a look at the head section. Okay. And here inside that we have the meta, which is here the char set is UTF-8. And now let's just take a look here on the website what is actually UTF-8. So we have right here the HTML5, the standard, which is using the Unicode UTF-8, right? So let's just take a look why do we need that. If the HTML5 use different other than the UTF-8, then it will need to specify in the tag here. Let's just say if you want to use the other one, then you can just specify that. And right here we are using the UTF-8. Okay, so next one here, this is the compatible. This one is referring to the browser, which is Edge. You don't need to worry about this. Next one here, this is the viewport. Again, this one, it just want to tell us whether this is running on different different device or screen, right? It can be like the mobile screen, it can be in the browser. This is only for the responsiveness of the website. You again don't need to worry about this one. Next I want to show you is say we have the let's just type meta, right? We have a list of this. So for this one here, the KW, this is stand for the keywords. You can just specify, let's say HTML, CSS, or maybe you can just put like pet, like that, right? So this only used for the SEO and search engine just to understand what the website is all about. So here we have the keyword, say this is about HTML, about CSS, and also about the pet. Okay, so next one I want to show you, let's just type meta, and we have this one right here, right? This stands for the description. So here I can just say something like this is a pet online store, and let's just quickly save that. Okay, so what about this one right here? What does this one do? Okay, so let me just show you that. Okay, so when you come to Google and search for, say, the word is dog, right? So here you can see this text here. This is basically coming from the description right here. Okay, so when you have your website hosted, and then when somebody search it, the first thing that they can see right here, this is essentially coming from the description right here. Okay, so now we have also looked into the meta tag, which is the underneath the head here. All right, so now let's just take a look at the H tag, or referring to the heading text, right? So this consists of 6. So first one will be the H1, or you can just quickly type H1 and press on the tab key. So let's just say this one is let's just say item 1, right? And down here we have 2, item 2, 3, item 3. I want to show you what it will show us. So this will be 4, item 4, or this is 5, item 5, and 6 down here. We have the item 6. Let me save it. And here you can see that we have different H tag, right? So this is the first one, which is the largest, and this one right here, this is the H6, right? So this is the smallest one. And I just want to also emphasize here as well that the H tag here, it's not really necessary to use all of this on the website, right? So say if you can see that, okay, this is the image of item number 4, which using the H4, then you can think, oh, maybe I can just use this because this is the right size for my website. Then you use this throughout the website, right? Then this is not really the proper way to implement or try to use this because you can see that this is the right size to use on the website. You can instead of using this H4, you can just use the P tag and then try to use the CSS to start, or try to change the size. But in case if you want to use HTML say 1, 2, and 3 on your website, then you can just do something like, say, I want to quickly give you an example right now, right? So let's say H1, I can just do like, say, pet online store, and then here inside the H2 I can just say like dog. For that I want to also have another H2 down here. This will be just say like cat, and inside this dog, right, underneath that I want to have this one here. Say we have a different section, we can just say like probably for now let's just say food, and we also have another H3 tag which is say like toy, and underneath this we want to have, let's say, like P tag. This will be called like, say, Ruby, or we have, let's say, bean, and down here we want to have like, say, another tag which is h3 will be full like that. Let me just save it, and this is something that we can try to implement if you want to. Let's say the top one, the top level, which is h1 like that, right? And then underneath this we have like h2, this is the dog, and inside this dog section we can just use specify the p tag, which is the dog name, Ruby, and also bin. We again h3 down here, we separate that into more section. We can have like say food, we can have like this is the toy section for the dog, and down here we can again use the h2 for the cat, and also with the dog food right here, this is using the h3, right, underneath the cat here. This is something that we can use. This is the hierarchy starting from 1 up until 6. Okay, so next let's look at the HTML entities. So now let me just try to get rid all of this and this part right here, just to keep the original code like we already seen. So here this is what we have, right? What about what is HTML entity? So now let's just take a look here. Say if sometime when we try to use this symbol right here, right, less than or greater than sign in the text, then the browser might mix it with the actual text. Okay, so what does it mean? Well, I want to quickly show you right here. So say if I want to have like a p tag, and I say like HTML crash course 2021, right? So here, if I now let me just quickly save that, and this is what you can see. What if I want to also show the like the less than sign and also the greater sign like that, right? So now let me just save it, and here you can see we can see nothing at all, because this confused the browser that this is actually this one referring to this one, right? The HTML with this tag right here. So this is a reason why HTML entity are used. There's a list of this as well. So this is another one, which is the non-breaking tag. Let me just scroll down, and here this is the commonly used HTML character entities that include the less than sign and also the greater than sign. So how do we use that? Well, here you can see that we have the entity name. We can just use quickly copy that, right? So here let's just get it the less than also the greater than sign, and just paste it right here in front of that. So this will display us the less than sign in front of the H right here. And after this, we can just do the same, which is the and symbol greater than, right? So also don't forget to add the semicolon as well. Now let me just save that, come back here, and here you can see instead of like disappearing this whole text, we now have the less than, right, and also the greater than sign right here. Okay, so next I want to also show you another one. Let's just say for the non-breaking space. Okay, so let me just try to create another one. This will be p tag, and I want to create some random text. So this will be law rem, right? I want to have, let's say 60 words, so I can just put like 60 like that and press on the tab key. This will generate me like 60 words for me, and when I save it, this will automatically format for me, right? So now let's just take a look here. We have this text here. So let's just say I want to have this tag, these two words, to stay together without having to go to the next line, as you can see here, right? So to do that, I can just come here, right here, right? So I can just put the non-breaking text, which is right here, NBSP. So just copy this and put it after this tag here, and let me just see if there's a space. Okay, just put it like that without having space in between. Save it, come back here, and now you can see that instead of this tag showing me on this first line, it just stay together here, right? So this tag now staying together without having to go to the next line. Okay, so this is the use of the non-breaking text that you can also apply in your HTML. And there's a few more, let's say like the copyright sign. You can just copy that, and let's just say I want to put it after this, right? So when I save it, there will be a copyright sign display here. Okay, so that how we use the HTML entities. Next, let's look at the hyperlink. So now let me just try to create a new folder. Let's just say pages, right? So underneath here, I want to create a new HTML tag, say like the about.html. So here we have the new HTML tag, and inside here I want to link, let's say this is the home page. I want to click on a link on this home page, and it will link me to this about page. Okay, so how do I do it? Well, there's an A tag here. Let's just press on the tab key. This will allow us to specify like the location of the about HTML file. So I want to now, let's just say the pages / about.html. Okay, and here we can see nothing because we have to also specify this is the let's just say the about page. Okay, let's just save that, and here you can see there's a link that we can click on it. So let me click on it, and right here we can see that there's nothing showing because we don't have anything yet. So now let's just create a boilerplate, and next I want to say that this is the h1, the about page. Save it. Let me try that again. Let's just quickly refresh this. We have the about page. When I click on it, it will link to the about page. And now let's just take a look here. We can see that it will try to navigate to this directory, which is the pages / about.html. Okay, now let's just go back here. Let me try to also show you another one down here. Let's just say I want to the page here, right? So when I click here, there will be like a link to go back to the home page. So right here the same, I can just use the A tag, and here we can just use the double two dot slash right here the index.html. Okay, so this indicate that we want to go up to one level, because right here we are underneath or inside this pages folder, and we want to go up one level, which is now we can access the index.html. Okay, so now let me just save it and see we have to also specify this one. Let's just say back to home, save it, and now when I click here, we go back to the home page. Okay, so what if you have like say multiple folder inside each one, like nested folder, right? So this become like a problem, because say we can only go up to 3 level only, like that, right? Okay, so this is something called a relative path, and we can also get rid of this, which is now we can use the absolute path. So we just need to put like this, right? Then it will also link to this file right here. Let me just save that and quickly show you whether it's working. Now I am on my home page. I click on the about page, and you can now see we can see the same result, which is linking to the about.html. We can also go back to the home as well. Okay, so next I want to show you is the ID for each tag. So now let me come back to the home page. Okay, so here we have say the h2 tag. We have like the dog. Also down here we have the p tag. I want to generate like say 100 words. Okay, and down here we have another tag which is the h2. This will be say like cat, p tag, lorem, also 100 as well. Save that. And here we have right here, let's just quickly show you. We have the dog and also the cat, right? So I think I might want to have like a few other tags down here. Let's just say lorem, add more 50 words down here. Save that. Okay, so that's a little bit better. I want to show you is to add the ID to the tag here. Imagine that we have like a long text down here, and the section where we can't really need to take a few seconds to scroll down to see this section, right? So I don't want to have that. I want to have like a link up here. Click on that, then it will just direct me to this tag right here, or to this section right here. So here in the h2 tag for the cat right here, I can just use the ID. I can just specify, let's say, just cat like that, right? And up here, I want to use the a tag. Okay, so this will be the a tag, and I want to use that cat ID. So to use that, use the this £, cat, and I can just say like this is the cat right here, and there's a link here. When I click on it, it will just direct me to this one right here. Okay, so the reason that you can't really see that directly here because the text is actually not enough. I want to also copy this and put it underneath here 3 or 2 more times. Okay, let me try that again. Click on the cat, and here you can see it will just link me to this h2 which use the ID of cat right here, as you can see. Okay, so when I click that, it goes here. What about if I am on the bottom of the page and then I want to scroll to the top of the page here? Then again, I can just do similar thing. This will be the underneath here. Let's just say I want to have, I use the a tag again, but this time just use the £. I can just say back to top like that, right? Save it. So when I click on this, this will just go back to the top of the page. Okay, so here, as you can see, click on cat, come here, scroll down, click this to go back. Okay, so that's the benefit of using the href that we've seen so far. Now let's just see if there's more example that I can show you. Next, this one should be the a tag again. Let's just say if you want to click on a link and then it open up another web site, right? So you can do something like http. And here, let me just give you an example using my own website. It will be honglytech.com. Let's just give this link, which is honglytech. Save that. And here, there's a link that I can click. When I click on this, right, so here you can see that just open up my website, and there's tons of free crash courses that you can also take. Okay, so you can come here, and now let's just go back, and I want to also say if I want to click on here, instead of like open up in the same web page here, I want to have it open in a new page. So how do I do it? Well, in here, the a tag, I can just specify the target. Okay, target, this will be blank. Let's try that again. Click on this, and it just opened in a new tab, as you can see. So this is another one which I already show you. With a tag, we can also use the mail tool as well. So this will be mailing to say like if you want to contact someone, this is I just say contact@honglytech.com, and this one I can just say email me. Save that. when I click on this link, it will just open up this default application, right? That you can just basically fill out the text information. Then when you click on the send button, it will just send to this email address. Okay, and that's another example of using the a tag, okay, or hyperlink. All right, so next let's look at list. So to use list, this will be UL, okay. This stands for unordered list, and inside this we have the li, which is each particular list. We can just say like item 1, and I can just copy this a few times. We can have like say number 2 and 3 and 4 when I save it. And now let's just take a look here. You can see there's like a bullet point, okay. So what about if we want to have the order list? Well, you can just use the OL, okay, and inside here the same. We can just copy that and paste it down here, save it. Now we have the order list, which is starting from number 1 up until the number 4 here, okay. So that's the use of the order list and unordered list. Next I want to show you is using the table. So let me just try to show you that. So this will be the table tag, and here we have the okay, so this used to group the header content. Next inside here we want to have the table row. Then we can also have the th here. So this basically the header cell, okay. So now I want to say I want to have the name. We can also have say like age, and probably down here we can also have, let's say, the gender, okay. Then we have, this is the for the header part. Right here we have the t body. Inside the body we have TR, the row, and inside here we have the TD, the data. So what data do we want to show? Well, this one will be the, let's just say Coco, which is the name. TD here, this is the age, let's just say 1. We have another TD, gender, let's just say female, like that, right? Let me just save it. And now you can see that we have the header here. This is the name, the gender, and the data, which is showing down here, okay. So this is using the table. Next, let me show you the forms in HTML. So instead of like trying to type everything from scratch, I want to instead quickly explain you what the form does, right? So the form here, we have the action, which is now pointing to the PHP file. So you don't need to worry about this part file right here, okay? So here we have the label, which is here. This is the name, which this one indicate the label for the input down here. So the input here, this is the type text, which is accepting the text, and with the ID and also with the value here as well. Down here we have another one, which is the label for the age. The type here, instead of text we have the number. That means that it only accepting the number type, okay. So even though when I try to type on my keyboard with the letter, it doesn't work at all, only accepting the number. And down here we have the input type of the submit, the value which is submit. When I click here, it will try to make a request to this page, right? But for now it's does nothing at all because this part doesn't exist. And here you can see we have the value, the default value, which is Coco. So let's say imagine that the user click on this right here, and we want to also have this delete, right? So previously in JavaScript we can write some code to basically remove this whenever that the user click on this text field right here, right? So instead of using this, now HTML5 have this attribute which is called the placeholder. Let me just save that, and here you can see there's like a default text which is Coco. Okay, when I click here, I can just type anything, okay, like that, right? For the next one here, this is the number tag that we have already looked into. I want to also add another one down here. Let's just say this one will be the text area, right? So text area with this one here, I want to also say the name. Let's just say this one is comment. Save that, and here we get another one. This is the comment that user can just fill out, right? And if you want to have the button to go to the next line, here you can see that we have this tag right here, which is beyond going to, like, say the next line, right? The line break. Now we look into the text area as well. Okay, so next I want to also, let's just say instead of like having the name, age, right, I want to also have another field which says like the gender. So I want to come to this part here. I want to add the label. Okay, this will be gender. Down here will be the select, and I just want to give this a name as gender, ID, the gender as well. And inside the select, I have the option. The value would be male, and here I can say male. Down here, option, option, and this one will be female. Okay, save that. And here you can see we have another one, which is we can select, there's like a drop down that we can choose either male or female. Okay, so here I want to also quickly show you, instead of using this tag here, right, we can also do something with the div as well. So this will be the div tag, and we want to have this wrap with the name. Okay, quickly save that. And this is what we get. The same will goes for the this one, the age. Let's just put it down here. This will be for the gender. Wrap that with this here. For the text area, just put it as is. Save that. And here you can see we have this here, the name, age, and then I can just say this part here, can put it right here, just to have like a space on top of the submit, right? Save that. Okay, so this is what it looked like. We have the comment part, we have this part. So next one I want to show you is the date picker. So this one will be, say, underneath the gender, I want to have another div. We can just have the label as well. Let's just say this date of birth. This will be date of birth. Okay, and for the input, this will be the type, which is date. Okay, so here this is the date of birth. We can click here and to select the date. All right, so let's just say I click on one, then here this is the date it already picked. And when we click on this submit button, then we can just try to send all of the data that we fill out here to the server. Okay, so yep, that's pretty much for this part, the forms. Alright, here come the bonus part of this HTML crash course. I want to show you now is the article tag, right? So for this one here, I just want to quickly show you that the article, this is mainly focused on, like, say, the blog website, right? We can have the first article right here. Inside this article, we can have, let's say, the H2, which is Google Chrome. We can also have the p tag underneath here. So this is one particular article, and then Down here we have another article here which is referring to this part right here, the second one, and we have the third one. So this is the article that also you can try to implement in your website. This is just the individual part of the website, right? So this is independent. And next one I want to also show you is using the aside. So this is the aside. As you can see here, we have the a tag h1 here. The aside, this is what you can see, which is this part here. So what this does is basically mainly it is used for the sidebar. It can be like say on the left hand side of the website or the right one. In this case, you can see that this is a site used with the CSS side, right? We just want to have this shown on the right side of the web page. Okay, so this is another one that you can also consider using. Next one here I want to show you is the section. Okay, so we can separate our web page into different sections. Right here, this is one particular section. Okay, you can use the keyword section, and this also another one. This is another section that you can also use to specify that. And I would say that this is not really commonly used in terms of using this tag like section, the assign, and also with the article, as you can see here. But again, you can try and implement using these three tags here. Alright guys, so I think that's pretty much it for this crash course. We have looked a lot into different tag, and again, HTML, it is the hypertext markup language. It's not programming language like the JavaScript at all. So HTML, it is the building block of the website, right? We have different part of the website that we can just build. I hope that you learn a lot from this crash course. Let me know if you have any questions regarding this crash course, and don't forget to like and subscribe to get more crash course just as this one. And until then, see you guys in the next video.